Hi everybody, so this is the look that I'm going to be showing you how to recreate today. It is a lot on the gory side. I'm not even going to try to say a little bit. It is a lot on the gory side. It is a slit neck. Look at this. So creepy. This is the look that I'm going to show you how to recreate. I had the idea of the Headless Horseman. I always wanted to try a slit neck, so this is the female version of the Headless Horseman. This little shawl, this like upside down shawl, kind of makes it look like a little more of like a Bloody Mary type of thing. But I was going for the Headless Horsewoman. So this is what it looks like up close. Very, very gory, Halloween-y. The only issue that there was this part right here, but I'm gonna go through with you step by step how to recreate this. This is actually the easiest part of the entire tutorial, I swear on my life. If you guys don't like latex, I'm just gonna tell you right now, you don't have to use latex. You don't have to make it look like this. You can honestly do a really thick black line and blend some fake you can do a very thick black line and then blend some red into the middle and then just put the fake blood on it and it'll look exactly the same, basically. So if you don't want to go through all this trouble, then you don't have to. But this is what I wanted to do. This is what I came up with. So yeah, if you guys would like to learn how to get this look, then please keep watching. I feel dead right now. Yeah. Hi everyone, so we're going to start out with the cut on the neck, or slit, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be taking my liquid latex. As I said in the beginning, you don't have to do this part. You can just do like the dark black with the ombre reddish eyeshadow. I don't even know. But this is the way I wanted to do it. I'm using latex and a tissue. I'm going to rip the tissue in half to get just the single layer of tissue, and I'm going to put about a big rectangle all over my neck of the latex, and then I'm going to lay the tissue down on it, and then I'm going to put latex on top. This is sort of like a paper mache type of process, except we're not using paper mache. Guys, latex is allowed on the skin. I just want to make sure that you know that it's meant for the skin. There are different ways you can use latex. The only thing that's a little more difficult with latex and a tissue is the tissue is white, so it's very difficult to get it very close to your skin color and make it blend really well. But since this one is kind of messy, we're just going to kind of go for it. So here is the tissue covered in latex with the all together. So we want to wait for it to dry. The reason why I used a tissue is because the tissue is going to give it more of like a layer on your skin so that you can do what I'm doing here, which is cutting a hole through it. This part is a little bit scary. It does kind of look like I'm cutting through my skin, but I promise I'm not. I've never cut myself doing this. I promise you. You just want to make sure when you're cutting to kind of push the latex away from your skin and cut it. So after we've cut a hole in our latex, we're going to move on to the foundation. This foundation is the L'Oreal True Match. It's about 1 or 2 shades lighter than my regular skin. So I'm just going to apply that with a stiff bling brush all over my face. And once that latex is completely dry, we're going to go in with that foundation again, and we're going to blend that foundation into the latex and tissue so that it blends in with our skin. Yuck. So here I am just making sure that it moves with my body and isn't going to rip off. Then I'm just going to be applying some translucent powder all over my face and all over the fake wound. And this is going to help set everything together. Once I'm done applying the powder, I'm going to move on to my Graftobian Makeup little palette here, like paint palette. This is the Vampire palette. I'm just going to be taking that red and placing it inside of the cut. I'm not really being clean with this. I'm kind of being a little messy. Guys, I don't think any cut is clean. So I'm just going to add a little bit of depth by putting in a little bit of black. Guys, you don't have to do this with makeup. You can definitely do it with shadow. And then I'm moving on to my NYX Matte Bronzer. I'm going to be placing this bronzer in all of my contour areas on my face, on the sides of my cheeks, also on the sides of my forehead, on the sides of my nose, and I'm also going to be placing it in my collarbone as well. Then I'm going to be moving on to my eyebrows. My eyebrows, I just filled them in with a dark brown shadow. And then I'm moving on to some eyeshadow. On the eyes, I just use the foundation as a primer. I'm going to be putting a dark brownish red color on the lid, and then I'm going to be blending a dark brown and a light brown into the crease. And then I'm going to be lining my eyes with a black eyeshadow and then blending it kind of in the shadow to make it look more like a smoky eye. Right here, I'm just adding some bruising around my eyes. I'm taking like a mustard colored yellow and some blues and purples to add bruising around the eyes. And then I'm just darkening up the eyes with some black towards the inner corner. For the lips, I took this red from NYX. This is called Monte Carlo. I'm going to be placing this all over my lips, and I'm actually going to make my lips a lot bigger than they actually are. I decided to extend and make the lips bigger by the top, kind of almost like Maleficent in a way. So I'm making the top lip bigger and the Cupid's bow bigger as well. Once I'm done placing that red all over my lips, I'm going to add some black to the center of my lips just to add some depth. And then we're going to move on to the best part of this tutorial, the blood. So for the blood, I'm just using any blood that you can get at your Halloween store. Party City has it, I'm pretty sure. You can order it online. I'm going to be taking a lot of that blood and dripping it down, making it real messy. I think for this one, dark blood is definitely an option, like demon blood. It's a little bit darker than this one. But that's perfect for this tutorial. Once it's all dripped down and you look like you have a slit in your neck, this tutorial is all finished, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that you don't have any nightmares, you know. But thanks guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.